welcome, Mama Viosoboaji. You look great. Thank you.
I'm trying to be girly.
Yeah, label.
Money.
Yeah. Do you know Chukudobem Unwamadeke?
The guy who
the millionaire kidnapper. He's the only one where he kidnap you where they ask. Say make on a pay $1 million.
In dollars. And
you
I hear
pay
he can
kidnapper ransom $1 million.
Yeah, he can keep for like 6 months until you pay up the money.
Yeah.
And he has a family living in Ghana.
But so once the family is there, he has no problem. Good morning to you, wherever you are. I know your language.
It's a very worrying situation. Really worried. Very disturbing because, we're having to think, did he do any operations here in Ghana? That kind of stuff. Yeah? Has it occurred to you? Because, some time back there were these kidnapping issues in churches, for instance. Yeah?
Of course.
Okay. It's time for us to do the newspapers, and we've got your messages as well.
You have a couple of messages you want to read?
Yes, I do have messages.
Please read 3.
This issue, because of what we had in our news, the issue of Guru Boys is also generating a lot of interest, and people are commenting on it. This one says, DVLA themselves know this Guru Boys matter. They should give us a break. How can a driver renew his or her license like he's doing a new one from Fatal in Tamale? So basically just the processes that one goes through. That's why people prefer to let other people do it for them. Okay, this one says, these Guru Boys can't be washed out because they are at the DVLA offices. Wallace in Tafi Atom is sending that message. And this one says, the man defending the towing levy should learn from the Tema Accra motorway. It's got pots and manholes. Whose responsibility to fix them? You ask 2 questions. Your second one is, whose responsibility is it to fix street lights? How can the taxpayer be convinced that the towing levy would not come with excuses? So basically, we're not certain. We're unsure. This one says, over 50% of Nigerian, is it Yahoo Boys? Are they Yahoo Boys?
In Nigeria, they refer to them as Yahoo or 419 boys.
Oh, okay. Okay, so this message says
we refer to them as Sakawa.
Over 50% of the Nigeria Yahoo Boys are now operating in Ghana. Is there like an empirical evidence?
And we all know where the areas that they live.
Yeah.
They don't live in your area. Which is still rural from town. They live in East Legon, Sakumono, Spencer's Road, Reggie Manuel. They are there.
Okay. All right. Maybe 2 more messages and then we will do the newspapers. This one says government should punish all lawbreakers simply. And a very last one that says, good morning, Roland Mamavi. May I know who is your correspondent in our area? Sola Tuna Kauba. Because many things happen without it being covered. Well, Patricia Gasu will let you know. So, Patricia, Sola Tuna Kauba, let's know which particular region this is, and then we can link you up with our correspondent. Roland, let's do the papers.
Yep.
You're starting with what? Graphic?
Yep.
All right.
I want to start with the Daily Graphic. I thought you rather would start, but the way you're discriminating.
No, it's fine. Just give me. Front page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. Our counts on your support to create brighter future. President tells Council of States, and President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo and Nana Otuo-Srebo II, the chairman of the Council of States, in a hearty discussion. You would see the picture shortly. Oh, there you have it, at the Flagstaff House yesterday. So 2 gentlemen chatting and smiling. Picture beautifully covered on the front page of the paper. Data Protection Commission to drag 177 companies to courts. That story is on page 16. Also, notorious Nigerian kidnapper owns 2 houses in Ghana. And I tell you what, it doesn't make us comfortable at all as Ghanaians. A bit of the data protection story on page 16 in the Daily Graphic newspaper. And I hear CEOs are worried because nobody knows whose name is going to come up with this data protection issue. Story says the Data Protection Commission has initiated action to prosecute officials of 177 institutions which function as data controllers but have failed to register with the Commission as required by the law. The institutions comprising 25 airlines, 89 hotels, 50 hospitals and 13 shopping centers have violated the Data Protection Act 2012, Act 843, which makes it obligatory for institutions that perform functions as data controllers to register in accordance with Section 27, Clause 1 of the Act. So details of this is in the paper. Now, here's a revelation. The cyber crime units of the Criminal Investigations Department of the Ghana Police Service. Okay, so she's just narrating, and the executive director of the Data Protection Commission is narrating an incident with the CID. I'll leave you to read the rest of the story in page 16. But this story about this Nigerian kidnapper, the Ghana Police Service has launched a full-scale investigation into the activities of an alleged billionaire Nigerian kidnapper who is said to own 2 houses in Ghana. The kidnapper, Roland will mention his name well, but he has an AKA, which is Evans, who was arrested in Lagos State, Nigeria on June 10. Was also found to have in his possession a Ghanaian passport bearing his name and picture. He was nabbed at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport while he was about to leave the country
to Ghana.
Yeah, and you know, their IGP, the Nigerian IGP, said he's Ghanaian Nigerian. The reason he's Nigerian, but the reason he says he's partly Ghanaian is the fact that he also has a Ghanaian passport.
How did he? Was he born
How
in Ghana?
did it?
Or is he married to a Ghanaian?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he's not Ghanaian in any way. He's not Ghanaian in any way. His wife and kids.
Mr. Chukwudibam, how did you get the Ghanaian passport?
Please, Roland.
Yeah.
Let's do the back page of the Daily Graphic.
Play?
Yeah, we will play that.
Okay.
Let's finish with the papers. We're going to refresh our minds with how this guy was arrested. Back page of the Daily Graphic. Ministry to deploy drones to track illegal fishing. Oh, okay. What was Galam saying? Now it's fishing. The Ministry of Fisheries and Agriculture Development has resorted to the use of drones to monitor and clamp down on illegal fishing in the country's waters. The technology, which will be part of a robust surveillance system, will also help to track foreign vessels that are operating illegally in Ghanaian waters. It's a story of interest. It's on the back page of the Daily Graphic. You can find time and read the rest of the details, Roland.
We'll see how that goes. But we have the next story. The Ghanaian Times has a story. We pray Brexit goes well. President says as a base farewell to British High Commissioner, controversial British High Commissioner, John Benjamin.
He's not controversial.
Right. We're both friends on Twitter, so we'll see how that goes. 25, man 25, as well as jailed 26-year-old man, apparently jailed 25 years for defilement. And we have Justice George Wu take seat on Council of State.
I've given him 50 years.
Yeah, true. I agree.
He'll still come back young. I mean, he won't be so old.
No.
He'll be like 45.
No.
And
it would have been 51.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they should have given me like 50, so that he'll be nearing 100.
Yes, but for a year in prison terms is 9 months.
So that's even shorter.
So you have to reduce it by 3 pay each year.
So they should have given me like 100 years.
And then we have 3 more arrested for murder of demand chief. And then on the back page, we have government to reintroduce sanitary inspectors. Yeah, cool.
Really?
MOTAC to promote tourism in Western region. Sanitary inspectors. In this day and age, the British, do they have sanitary inspectors? I'm saying...
maybe it's more like
I always say this.
Maybe it's
you take a Ghanaian today, he's in Accra, he will litter the ground.
Roland, is
you take him tomorrow to the UK.
It's just the system.
He's going to live well.
We're not functioning well.
Not going to litter the ground.
We're not functioning well as a country. That's what it is.
Nobody functions well. Look, the big men, in 4-wheel drives. I always say if you want to see their real attitude towards all the things that they see on radio and TV and they keep commenting about, we won't do this, we do this, just go to the motorway. You know, when you're running through the toll booths, they live the piece of the toll.
The tickets they give them. I've seen people do that.
Big men.
Yeah.
You see 2017 registered Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. Jaguar.
They take it and they just drop it.
Big man, just drop it.
And they just drop
and so you see we have just around the toll booth.
Yeah.
I think Kaswa everywhere lit littered
these are people
pieces
who will
of
get tickets in the UK and put it in their pocket so they come back to Ghana.
Yeah. They'll keep it as a souvenir.
Yeah.
Look how UK no. Now I'm crying. And I'm basing cause success. Now Ghana.
Let's do the final. That's the next
Bank.
newspaper we have. Oh, you're done?
I want to do the Daily Guide.
Okay, go ahead.
And my friend is on the front page of the Daily Guide.
Who's that?
Choko Dobem, Unwa Deke. So on the front, why a name Mombo Momber? Ewa, but one can name you Uncle. Choko Dobem, Unwa Deke is there. Again, look at him. Nigerian millionaire kid. I love the way the headlines are going in Ghana. Nigerian millionaire kidnapper.
The other one I read said billionaire.
Yeah. If you change the thing, billionaire, naira billionaire, because that money he takes is a bill. He said Nigerian Inspector General Ibrahim Patton Idris has revealed that the arrest of a billionaire kidnapper, Choko Dobem Onwomadike, to press home the need for bilateral intelligence sharing. And the reportedly the Nigerian was arrested with Ghanaian passport. Oh, you are? You said it too.
That's the thing. I mean, because Ghanaians would even facilitate that process for a foreigner. So as to how he got it there.
They say his family is based in Ghana. Yeah?
His wife and children. And we're just...
And they said Onwomadike is a big name in Nigeria for alleged notorious high-end kidnapping pull-offs. He pulls them off like Lotto. Like Lotto.
I don't know. I hope that we're treating the information that the Nigerians gave us. We're treating that as more like an emergency kind of thing, because who knows, any of the houses could be his headquarters or something of the sort. You never know what kind of operation could be going on in that
even here
house. Yes, even in Ghana. Because nobody will be suspecting that he would do anything here.
They get money on.
You know?
Just go East Lagos, this money.
We hope that this is not one of those things that the police would tell us, oh, we're investigating. Serious. This one is not...
They spend money.
It's not... Like, we shouldn't treat this like any other issue.
No, with kids' clothes, right?
Yeah.
We have this one. NDC slaps Mahama over defeat. Botche report discloses. Let me read this. I think this one will be interesting. Mamavi, you first broke the news 3 days ago.
Oh, how?
It is true. I mean, to me.
I laptop for a committee member.
I'm telling you. Professor Kwesi Botche, chairman of the 13-member committee that investigated the reason why the NDC lost general election in 2016, has stated that some of the party supporters, the interview said former President Mahama did not put things right, and that led the guy.
So you know what they did? This is what they reportedly did. All the people they spoke to, all the information they gave,
the chronicle
is contained in the book.
So why is it not public?
Really?
They should make it public.
Really? That is some private party's information.
They should make it public.
They will not. It's for you to see if you can, get information on it.
It's for re-strategizing.
So if they interviewed you, Roland Walker, and you said whatever it is about whoever, that will be transcribed and is part of it. And you know, Neil Antivanderpoy, who is an MP who is also a member of the committee, said to me yesterday.
He's a member of the committee?
He's a member of the committee. Said to me that that's they wanted proof so that, you know, sometime to come somebody will not say
that they went
this
to
is not
concoct.
true. Exactly. So they have this person said this about you, this exactly, and he disclosed that people even said things about him in his constituency. So, and that's all in it. So sometimes you hear some of the things.
Did he say
I had an interesting conversation with him yesterday.
He was learning from the reactions from his constituents towards him, etc.?
Oh, well, we didn't get very personal, but I want to believe he is. Let's do the Finder newspaper. Front page of the Finder today. And here's some information from the Ministry of Food and Agriculture on the fall army worms. We're told is under control. That will be good news. But GAWU calls for state of emergency. Not so good news, probably. New banking software to drive positive growth, according to the Agriculture Development Bank, ADB. Council of State urged to open its doors to public. GRA declares Agambere wanted over 14 million Ghana cedis on paid taxes. Now, that's certainly a story of interest on the page 4. Two stories we will get to in the final newspaper. The first one is Mr. Roland Agambere, the group chairman of RLG Communications, has been declared wanted by the Ghana Revenue Authority, the National Tax Regulatory Agency, for defaulting tax obligations. The national coordinator for the tax force at the GRA, Henry Sam, explained that all attempts to reach Mr. Agambere to live up to his tax obligations proved futile. Mr. Agambere has been at the center of tax default with one of his subsidiary companies, ACI Construction Company Limited, defaulting to a tune of almost 15 million Ghana cedis within a period of 1 year. And there's a breakdown of the entire story on page 4 in the Finder newspaper. So one of his premises, one of his facilities you see in the paper, there's a policeman and, well, security officers locking up the place. That picture is in the Finder newspaper. NACOP wants students to stay away from drugs. Like, they will listen. If they do, that will be good news. If it's NACOP talking, then I'm sure we know what drugs they're talking about. Okay, so the last one on the fall armyworms. The Ministry of Food and Agriculture says the fall armyworms invasion has been contained throughout the country. Ebenezer Abuaji, Acting Director of Plant Protection and Regulatory Services Directorate of the Ministry, told the Finder that all affected farms have been sprayed. There is a however from, here it is. Meanwhile, General Secretary of the General Agricultural Workers Union of the Trade Union Congress, Mr. Edward Kariwe, has stated that it will be critical and timely for government to declare a state of emergency to marshal resources to appropriately fight the infestation of fall armyworms in the country.
Good morning to you, Moses Akrobotu of the Daily Graphic. You're the boss of the Daily Graphic in the Western region. I mean, you do all control.
And forever my senior. Is he watching right now?
Yeah, he's watching, telling me that we shouldn't read everything in the paper.
We're not reading. We haven't read.
Who buy the paper?
We haven't read Evelyn Moses.
Moses Akrobot. Good morning to you. The Pierre Wasam. All right. So we have the Today newspaper. We have SC freezes Woyoman's shares, and the story is on page 3 of the paper. SC just Supreme Court. We're not talking. And then we have thousands in slavery and fishing communities along Volta Lake, and police impound 409 motorbikes. All right. But we have the last paper, the Daily Statesman. We will offer you credible advice. Council of State assures the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Okay, so there was a message. About, you're done with this paper, Abi?
I am.
There was a message. Sola Tuna Kauba. Our colleague there is Hashmin Mohammed. So we'll get Hashmin to pay attention to what's happening specifically in your area.
You should pay attention to detail there.
No. I mean, it's big. Okay. So sometimes you've got to prompt.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why we like the messages that you.
Fufuso or what?
Sola Tuna Kauba. You know, I've been there before. Yeah, I used to work with a certain organization, and we had a model school there.
Wow.
Specifically,
which organization was that?
IBIS.
You used to work with IBIS?
I used to work with IBIS.
Then I know you
listen, this is not IBIS matter. Let's do online.
Let's do online.
MyJoyOnline.com. Kufuor qualified talented graduates can threaten peace unless. So former president cautioning there, says former President John Kufuor has warned of an imminent security crisis unless political leaders in Africa and elsewhere in the world take the unemployment challenge seriously. And I guess this also goes to us as well. We probably have to take this first before the rest of the continent. Let's move on though. Still on myjoyonline.com this day. Ghana Ivory Coast seek 1.2 million
US. Is it million or billion?
Million US dollars. AFDB loan to support cocoa production.
It's billion.
It's billion for the two countries, yes.
It should be billion. It can't be million. That's a million credit. The day you credit to me, dear man. Ghana Ivory Coast, it's a million. I'm afraid the day you saw Ukrum. Is it not in town? 1.2 million.
No, it's a billion. It's a billion. You're right.
It's a billion.
Let's move on.
Billion cities. Dollars. Oh, sorry. Okay, next story. Mama V, we have it there.
No, we don't quite. Okay, Ekufuado, Ghana keenly monitoring Brexit negotiations.
Are we afraid that the Ghanaians will be coming?
Well,
No.
yeah, well, he says we're monitoring the outcome of the ongoing Brexit negotiations because of its implications for
President,
Ghana's
don't worry.
trade policies.
Everything will be
But
fine.
you know, there was an incident in Brussels yesterday. That's where the negotiations taking place. I'm sure when we get to the BBC page, we'll give you an
If it's still
update on
prominent
this.
there, I'm sure.
But we're saying goodbye to a man who's been half Ghanaian, more like. I mean, we've enjoyed him, haven't we? Oh, you haven't?
We've enjoyed him. I've enjoyed him in a way. He used to torture some of my friends, so that's why.
Arrests of notorious kidnapper, Nigerian IGP shared too much with public. That's according to Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa. He's faulted the Nigerian IGP, Ibrahim Potom Idris, for his public revelations of the notorious Nigerian kidnapper. So can we
have him?
Patrick, can we please share what he said that Mr. Ablakwa thinks is a bit too much?
IGP.
This is
IGP Potom Idris.
This is the Nigerian IGP. We're going to play back that soundbite to you in a bit. Oh, here's a message.
Chuku Dubam Madike is the millionaire kidnapper, Abby.
Kamla in Kwanta says he wants to pay for my dress.
Wow. You are rich. Mobile money. Please, it's not, send it to my number 020.
Oh my God, I knew you would say something like that.
But
thank you very much.
Where is he testing from? So
Thank you,
Kamla.
Let
me text back.
No, I won't. Okay, so somebody also wants our correspondence for Abra Dunka. Well, that would be Richard Kwejonako. He's our Central Regional Correspondent.
Yeah, Richard Kwejonako.
There's another message. Say hi to Roland for me. Robert from Alavanyo SDAGHS.
Togbi.
I just
Ofan.
All right, please, let's listen to the Nigerian IGP.
I was discussing with your IG. You know, last week we arrested a kidnapper in Nigeria. And that's a kidnapper that operates along the coastline of West Africa. Like I told him, he even has houses. His family are based in Ghana here. And that's the only kidnapper that kidnapped, and, you know, he demands ransom in dollars. $1 million. I think most of the ransom, about $6 million so far, were in dollars. And he can keep a victim for as long as 6 months. So you can see how it's very sad, really. Keeping somebody for 6 months until you finish paying that money. And he doesn't release his victim until that money is completed. The money he gives out is completed. And I think these are areas I think we need to, like I said, I will discuss with you later, because I was told that he has his family in Ghana, and he has 2 houses in Ghana. I even have the addresses. I think these are things we're going to discuss. Finally, the importance of actionable intelligence sharing cannot be overemphasized, as today, through such exchange of information, Nigerians are celebrating the arrest of the infamous and recently nabbed Nigerian Ghanaian kidnapper. I say Nigerian Ghanaian, but he's a Nigerian, but he also has a Ghanaian passport. And I think that's something people have to look at. You know, Nigerian Ghanaian kidnapper, Chukwudemeji George Onwamadike. They also call him alias Evans. It's a very popular name in Nigeria, Evans. They call him Evans.
Okay, so
IGP.
That's the Nigerian IGP.
Potom Idris.
Okay, you know his name very well. Okay, so was that too much information, perhaps, or not?
No.
But Ablakwa
It's always revealed in CSI. It's normal.
But I tell you what, if he had not made this revelation, would we have known as Ghanaians? No. See?
So it means right now we have to be wary of all the rich, that who are spending, that some of them could be kidnappers, you know. The rich.
That's not what they've said. Don't misinform.
I said we have to be.
Don't misinform the viewers. Let's move on quickly and run through the rest of the stories on myjoyonline.com. Deteriorating Teshi Manette Road causing miscarriages and asthma. So residents of Teshi in Accra say their health is at risk because of the deteriorating nature of the Teshi-Manet Link Road, which serves as a major link to places within the capital as well. And I guess lots of communities can relate. Lots of communities can relate. Let's move on. We're still on myjoyonline.com. Ghanaian pleads guilty to making bomb threats at U.S. university, turned over to immigration. A Ghanaian who was arrested in April after telling his dates that he was a terrorist and would blow up her University of Massachusetts dormitory, pleaded guilty on Monday to. Really? Hey, they'll bring you back home one time quick.
There's it.
How can you do self-confession like that?
Donald Trump too is a president.
But what if he truly is a terrorist then? Yeah. Okay, let's move on. This one is your own matter. Don't even say anywhere you're Ghanaian. One person missing, 2 in critical condition after Ancobra boat disaster.
Wow.
That's a sad tragedy there that happened
still
yesterday. No, still haven't been found. And the police are relying on the local fishermen to do that. Because they don't have the means.
Don't we have coast guards like in the U.S. and also in Ghana?
It will be difficult to forget controversial High Commissioner Benjamin. That's our president saying there. Yeah, it will be simply impossible to forget him.
Oh, this man.
I think he got his own share of backlash from Ghanaians.
But I think he's a strong character.
Yeah, exactly.
A very strong character.
I mean, he absolutely deserved to be here, and I think it was exciting having him in Ghana. I don't know if the next person can match up to.
No. I mean, the British High Commission and the Commissioner, the next one cannot compare.
His jokes that we didn't quite find funny, we thought it was hard punchlines.
I think he was immense. Especially his contributions to national discourse. And trying to go beyond the grain.
Exactly.
You know, he's not somebody who toes the line. He's not your typical diplomat.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't go to those sort of.
I think we enjoyed him. We enjoyed him like that. We don't like the quiet diplomats, those who don't talk. It's like they don't want any matter. Yeah.
I think
all right, let's run through quickly.
But we need to know where he's going next, so that we'll.
So that you do it.
So we'll know how he'll behave when he goes there. Let's say he's the
British City FM Online.
The British ambassador to Syria.
Roland, do City FM Online.
We have to do City FM Online. NDC collation system broke down during 2016 polls, according to Rashid Pelpo.
I heard they didn't even have a collation center.
Yeah, I heard that too. I actually heard that within the period of the election. Yeah. So I think that's the late news. And then we have police officer shot by suspected robbers in Ashanti. This is serious again. And then over 150 firms cited for breaching Data Protection Act. Do you know some of the firms?
I've heard names, man. I've heard names.
Wow.
But I wonder if they will be able to go ahead and do
this.
This one says, new UEW, University of Education Winneba Council, to be constituted this week. That's a revelation made by Professor Yanka, Minister of States. Parliament to summon Chieftaincy Ministry over Christian pilgrimage. That's also another story on my jaw. No, this is City FM Online. Let's do BBC just before we wrap up. Republicans win key Georgia election. Liverpool close to record, is it Salah deal? Okay, that's getting into sports. Benedict is on standby. He'll be on in a bit. Brussels suicide bomb suspects shot dead. The man reportedly wore a bomb vest and is said to have set off a blast at Brussels Central Station. And yesterday I was keenly monitoring to see if there were people who were injured or any dead persons or something of the sort, because that train station where this incident happened is a really, really busy one, especially at that time. Uber chief executive resigns. Ride-sharing service Uber resigns following pressure from investors, according to U.S. media. Details of all those stories and other stories of interest on the
Let's
BBC.
go up. Let's go up.
You want to go up?
I think France lost yesterday.
France lost yesterday. In what?
I don't know whether it's a friendly or something.
Oh, a
Is
qualifier?
It should be a friendly.
Okay. Well, Benedict will come and give us. Benedict will give us details when he gets on here.
It's under 21. I thought Pogba didn't play well. So that we'll know how he'll play and well next season.
Century from Dunkwa on a thing. You sent us a message. We acknowledge that. Thank you very much. Lots of message for us to share later on in the show. We're grateful for your messages every morning right here on the show.
Please, what's your money?
Parkwesi from Tadi. Okay, you've also sent a message. Parkwesi says she learned my genuine laughter. Learn it. Here's our little money moment, though. This is the point where we contribute 20 Ghana cedis each to our money box.
From where?
No, I didn't say Francis. I said Parkwesi from Tadi.
PK. That's genuine laughter.
Okay, that's so fake.
PK
right,
from Tadi in Portugal. Brother.
We hope that you do your own little contributions, no matter the amounts you want to put in your box. It could even be coins, but just by way of encouraging all of you to put little money. Roland!
Genuine laughter.
Stay with us. Benedict is up next. He's got sports.
All right, back.